then you have, typically, someone will have entertainment and sometimes entertainment is just entertainment, sometimes it's entertainment and program. I mean, they're designing the program for what type of breakout sessions we're going to have, what type of speakers we're going to have, etc. And so they're all over that, and there's a budget for that, etc. Okay? And they interface with this person on the plan for the facility, okay? And the layout and the okay. So what other entities are there? And a big meeting. Who's worked a big meeting before? Anyone? Security. Okay. So usually security is their own thing. A lot of times it's the depending if you're a small company, you totally contract it out to somebody who's very familiar with the facility, or it's a blend of, it's always going to be a blend because the egos of entertainment sometimes have their own, and also the security of the companies. If you have a CEO in a high-profile company, there'll be security with that person as well. But yeah, you'll have your security, and then who else you have?
Food and beverage.
Okay, food and beverage, usually a dedicated team because they're going to work with the sourcing and the, of course, there's a lot of interface going on, but they're on the procurement and presentation of it, appropriate display and everything, etc. So they use the food and the beverage, including the alcohol, etc. And then what are any other departments?
TV, audio-visual.
Audio-video, all right. So sometimes if it's corporate, IT and audio-video are in the same, but if it's not, they're separate. Okay, here's your audio-video. Again, a lot of times that is totally contracted out, okay? Okay, so what else are we missing that we'll be talking about this week?
Marketing.
Marketing. So you have your sales and marketing, okay, and they have a budget, okay, based on how many people do they need to engage the target market to make sure that they get the attendance, and how much does marketing need. And a lot of times sales and marketing also includes, okay, which is huge for sponsorships drive a big part of the cash flow for most association and large gatherings of conventions, conferences, what have you. Okay, and any others? There's just one other one. It's usually finance, and a lot of times finance and risk management are the same depending on the company. Although the whole idea of this week for administrative safeguards, communications, and marketing is to integrate risk management into everything that's going on and not have it as a separate plan. So yeah, so you have your finance, etc. Because no one event planner could ever get their arms around all of this. You need people who are very capable, okay? And so here's the event planner who, on a matrix, they are reporting either to the customer in a corporation, they are reporting to the executive sponsor of this event, okay? And when they do that, it's not all on them, okay? And we forgot one other one, which is legal. Okay? So they don't put it all on this person, but they hold this person to make sure that they serve up and resolve any issues. Okay? But when they have this core team and committees, yeah, you have legal compliance representatives, you have your finance representatives, and they're the ones, and the IT to make sure that they have the systems for aggregating data, for processing all the related transactions, and then your legal department is to make sure that every contract that you're engaging in, that it is prudent and well-written for, the protection of the key stakeholders, especially the corporate stakeholder. And then the entertainment thing likes to be a little creative and off the beaten path, etc. But what happens is these people all come up with their budgets, okay, as to what they need, okay, and they feed it into the event planner and the finance team, and they put all the budgets into perspective, and they look for overlapping spend, and also under this, procurement also falls under here. I'm going to talk a lot about procurement tomorrow. What's procurement? What do you think? Anyone work with procurement? Okay. Procurement is like, it's only like, 30 years old. Okay, before that it was just purchasing, okay? And before that it wasn't even, it was accounts receivable and accounts payable. And they let all the departments do the buying, but in order to remove the subjectivity and put it all on objectivity and save hundreds of thousands of dollars, taking the waste out and raising the quality. That's what purchasing and procurement entities have done. So, all right, so this person has their team, and their team has got to come up with what is their baseline cost going to be based on the scope and the objectives of this meeting. Okay, and now who's taking finance? Okay, so pro forma, the word pro forma had to come up, right? Oh, during, what, 100 years ago? What is a pro forma? Yeah, usually if you're going to come up with an idea for a company, whatever, you are going to have a pro forma, which is a projection of what your expenses are going to be, what your investments are going to be, and what your expenses and cash flow is going to be over time, okay? And you show it over time because cash flow is oxygen to an enterprise, okay? So you can have what happened during the 2007 crunch to the timeshare people was they were selling more than they ever were before, but they were out of cash because they were selling everything on credit, and they couldn't unload those loans, so they were out of cash flow, and they had to stop. Okay? Some of them went out of business, some merged, whatever, but you have to have a pro forma, which is more than the flows of what's coming in and what's coming out at what timing, okay? And a lot of things go into that, okay? What's the expense? What's the quality? What is your sales? How many exhibitors do you plan on having? Okay? How much sponsorship revenue you plan on getting? What are you going to make on all the side stuff as far as pre and post or special services for exhibitors that you make money on sometimes? You sell those tapes. There's audio tapes from the sessions, etc. But so you're constantly looking at how much money am I going to have coming in when, and how are all the terms of my legal contracts and purchasing so that the money coming out is going to leave me with positive cash flow. Okay? And if I don't have a lot of cash flow, then I have to go out and get a line of credit, which is to help me through the bumps, identify the bumps, okay, as to when more money is going to be coming out than coming in. I identify those bumps. I go to the bank with my pro forma, my business plan, etc. Show them, here's what I need. I need a line of credit for this period of time, and here's the typical flows of money coming that way. But you have to pay for that cash flow. Most businesses are designed for free cash flow, which means you designed the overall enterprise and you negotiated your contract so that your money wouldn't be going out until you had enough money coming in, so you didn't have to go and pay, you know, the VIC, the loan shark, for your money. Okay, anyway, so that's how it typically goes. And so we're going to be talking about all of these things over the next few days. So let's talk about what can go wrong. Okay, what can go wrong with everything that this little video covered. Okay, so think about risk management. What can go wrong where, because of budgeting, planning, okay, what, you know, it can render you unprofitable,